Boxing Bros UK. I'm one of them. Be one of them yourself.
Hello everybody, this is Boxing Bros UK here. I am the boss Chris, and the topic of the day is Tyson Fury is back. Comeback is on. For real, for real. I interviewed Tyson Fury's manager, and he's the cause of the comeback news, breaking news. I interviewed Tyson Fury's manager at the Bivol Beterbiev rematch press conference when it was in the UK. So, and on that day, Tyson Fury announces his retirement, and this is what he had to say.
At some stage in your career, you've got to either choose your family or you choose to fight on. And at 37, I don't know how much money he's got in the bank, but it's a lot. Now, I hope everybody respects him now, leads him to his wife and kids. Well, there's a lot more for Tyson to do. I'll carry on managing him because there's a lot more for him to do. And we'll see him in other spheres.
Happy days. So you're saying this is not like, because sometimes Tyson says he's retiring, the next minute he's fighting. Is this him?
No, I'm not talking about fighting. I'm talking about other stuff.
No, but has he definitely retired from fighting? That's what.
In my opinion, yes.
Yeah, like it's just a serious.
This is serious.
Yeah. Okay, I heard it from the horse's mouth. Here we go. So he said, definitely retiring. Not coming back. He's done another Netflix series, done a few short films, blah blah blah. And a few weeks ago, he posted this just to double down on it. Only a few weeks ago that he's definitely not coming
Absolutely
back.
stunning here in Como. Stunning this morning. I hear a lot of talk of the Gypsy King returning to boxing. And I asked the question of this one. For what? What would I return for? More boxing belts? 122 of them. Here we are. This is what retirement looks like for the Gypsy King. Not too shabby. I'm in no rush at all. Come back boxing. Get my face punched in. For what? What would I return for? Ask that question. So here we are. I'm retired and I'm staying retired. I've got nothing.
So there you have it. There you have it. Definitely retiring. So he said on a few weeks ago on that post, not coming back. Definitely Gypsy King staying retired. Then today, there was an event in Saudi Arabia. There's a press conference, loads of fighters, promoters, managers, and all that were there. I'm not too sure what it was all about, but just today, his manager Spencer Brown gave this interview.
The video is going to be talking about Tyson Fury and what he's just said in that press conference. In his words, he's basically said that he will happily fight Anthony Joshua, and he's also suggested to the IBA president Umar Kremlov that show me the money. So if the money's right,
Look. He's upset with a few things. I thought he won the last fight.
Why?
We are in talks at the moment. We're renegotiating now.
when you say you're negotiating what?
We're renegotiating for him to fight again. So, whether I'm sure he will. He's got the bit between his teeth.
Renegotiating to fight again. That's what they're trying to get that down right now. So definitely he's coming out of retirement. They're trying to get him some fights. This is real, guys. It's not no bullshit straight from his manager.
But before he does that, he's got to go and speak to his family because they're the most important. That's what he does it all for. Tyson might say, well, I thought about it and I'm not doing it now. He might come up with that, but he's in that ascendancy where he's happy at the moment, and if he's going to do it, he's got to do it now, hasn't he?
But as we see it, Tyson Fury is definitely coming back. And is it straight AJ or like a warm-up fight?
Oh, look, indications he's going to have a warm-up fight. He can't just jump in, can he? He's been out of the ring again. He's going to have a warm-up fight. That'll get slagged off like everybody else. Everything gets slagged off. What level am I talking?
Or maybe drop some names.
Oh, Pulever's got the WBA, hasn't he? I know he's 42, but Tyson's only 5 years behind him.
I think he's fighting Michael Hunter.
Well, let's see if he fights Michael Hunter. I think maybe a Jarrell Miller would be a good fight for him, but they're friends. It's a very, very difficult question, that, for me. There's a big Albanian out there, isn't there? He's unbeaten. That might be, I don't know, but obviously you're having a warm-up fight. It's a warm-up fight. So let's see, are any fights warm-up fights anymore when you're 36?
Yeah, fair play. I think the names you mentioned, they're respectable names, but as long as we, I think the fans would just want to see AJ Fury. If there's promise of that happening in the future, I'm all in.
What would happen? It would be a 3-fight deal, wouldn't it? Obviously, it would be it wouldn't be worth doing. I know Tyson's really intent on fighting USYK again, and he would. I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem fighting Anthony Joshua. But I know he wants to readdress the USYK situation.
Well, there you go. So there you have it. It's legit. His manager's there. He's trying to sort the deal out right now. It's happening. Fury is coming back. Oh, I fucking knew it. I knew it. I didn't think it was going to be this soon. But yeah, he's flip-flopped. He's done his shit. Like, I just don't get how Fury can, like, how he can, like, just change his mind and speak to people with a straight face when it's just, no one can really say out to him because he has a paddy and he don't give anyone interviews anymore if you question him. But it's just like you said a few weeks ago, he's definitely not coming out of retirement. Now you're all for it. It's just, yeah, I know he's got bipolar and all that kind of stuff, so it's got, but surely you've got to take some sort of responsibility for, like, saying one thing, saying another, just flip flop. Like, it's not, his bipolar's not so bad because he's still disciplined enough to go through fight camps. So I'm not having that. Well, that's just what he's like because of his mental health. No. He's full of shit. He's always retired. Like, maybe I'm just whatever. Anyway, to the point. Warm-up fights. I do like the Kubrat Pulev fight. I think, yes, that'll be great. He's got the WBA regular title, but that fight's not going to happen. Yeah, that fight's not going to happen because Pulev, he's selling out stadiums. He's a big name in Bulgaria. He's making loads of dough. He's going to hold that belt hostage he has until he decides to retire, and then he'll go out on a big one. But while he's making money filling stadiums, he is not fighting nobody. He ain't fighting nobody unless it's mega money. So I don't think they want to splash out mega money for a comeback fight. So I just think that it's a good fight. Like to see it, but not going to happen. Miller, I think that's a little bit of too much of a hard fight for a comeback fight. However, Miller's been inactive himself, loss and a draw. He's on his last two outings. Maybe he might have fought a journeyman in between and got a little shitty win somewhere that no one cared about, but I'm pretty sure. And Miller's just too tough, too strong for your first fight. It's a lot of work, a lot of hard graft for a comeback fight where you're just shaking off the cobwebs and looking good. Confidence builder. Can't really see that. And Miller's fucking a pain in the arse. I don't see Frank Warren really wanting to work with him because all he's fucking about, pulling out fights here, pulling out fights there. So, and from Fury's experience, like, he says I'll fight anyone, and then on his comebacks, he never takes anyone tough. If you go back, Sefa Safiri taking that as that was his comeback fight. And they try and style it. They'll find someone who's highly ranked, but obscure, like top 20 or top 15 or something, but only in one governing body. Someone who's obscure, not very good. Like that, because if you look at his comebacks, Sefa Safiri, Wallin, the Wallin fight, even Tom Schwartz, the guy he fought straight after. I think he fought him just before he fought Wilder. I think it was. Yeah, like them kind of guys. That's who he'll be fighting. Same as David Haye when he fought the fucking maggot. Who was that? He was a cobra, but he was more like a fucking maggot. He was terrible, and he was like 24-0 and 24-0 undefeated record, but he was dog shit. So he's going to go along them lines. Fight. We might have the Wallin rematch. Try and Derek Chisora 4, or he'll fight someone really obscure with a good record that no one fucking knows, who's got a high ranking. He'll do something like that. Come back, like that fight, whatever. That's a comeback fight. We don't really care about that. The main fights that I've got an issue with is if he comes back, I don't want to see him. Let's start with AJ. AJ is finished. Like, it won't be competitive. Usyk Fury, the last fight. Yes, it was a close fight. Usyk definitely won, but Fury still showed he's got a lot left. He hasn't got that hunger that he used to because, like, he didn't go for broke. When he was down, he didn't try and go to knock Usyk out. He never committed in, and he was always backing up, letting Usyk back him up still in that fight when he just didn't have it in him, that killer instinct to try and get hold of the fight, back down in the gum shield and go for it. And just thinking too much, just not hungry. Got civilized, as he says in Rocky. Mickey says to Rocky, the worst thing that happens to any fighter, he got civilized. That's what happened to Fury. And he just he just can't beat Usyk. Still got very good, a lot of skills, a lot to offer. He showed in that fight, but just not good enough to beat Usyk. And I don't think he ever will be. Usyk's got his number. So him fighting AJ is not going to be competitive. AJ is just finished. I don't even know what he's doing it for. Like Carl Froch said, I don't agree with the over criticism because AJ's done a lot for British boxing. I'm a really, really big fan of AJ, like love him to bits, but he hasn't got it anymore. I think when he gasses himself up, gets it because he doesn't want to end his career how it's ended with all the bad shit that he's getting. He wants to end on a high. And I think maybe he starts training, starts feeling himself, and then gets in the ring and just shits his pants and anxiety comes in. Like that fight against Dubois, that's exactly what happened. Thought he could do it, feeling himself, confident, then got in the ring, took one shot, and he's just capitulated. And I just can't see anything but that happening. Like there's no excuse for it now. We've seen it in AJ. He just hasn't got it anymore. Just hasn't had it since the Ruiz fight. And he's made loads of money, had a few comeback fights, knocked out Ngannou, done well, beat well in. Like if he wants to have a last final hurrah, not against Fury, a fight that he can win, wants to take like on maybe that Gerard Anderson fight that they were talking about, or Dylan White after he gets demolished by Atoma, but not Fury. Fury's just still massive, and AJ just shouldn't even be fighting unless it's someone really, really shit, where it's or really, really old like him, or a Joe Joyce or a Dylan White, where it can be 50-50 fight. Like I definitely don't want to see him fight AJ because I don't believe it will be competitive. The last fight, his final fight in the 3-fight deal that he wants, is Usyk. I don't want to see this fight either. Do not want to see it. Do not want to see it. It's like Usyk's like when you have a rubber match, like a trilogy, there's no point in having a trilogy ever if the other guys beat you twice. What is the point unless you're going to have 5 fights with the same geezer? No one wants to see that. Boxing careers are short. So why the fuck, even if Fury wins, it's 2-1 to Usyk. Usyk, complacent, whatever. I do not want to see it. Usyk's got his number, can't beat him. First time, he tried to go for it at times in the first fight. Second fight, he was more hesitant, got beat. Yeah, he took more punishment in the first fight, but he got beaten more convincingly in the second fight. First fight was closer, but he took more damage. Second fight, got beat more convincingly, and he was more hesitant. And then it's this pattern. Third fight will be even more hesitant because we'll be getting flashbacks of what happened before. As long as Usyk is not complacent, which I don't think he is, he's just not good enough to beat Usyk, and he's not ever going to be able to do that because he's had 2 goals. I just don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see it, and I don't think anyone else wants to see it. And I don't really think it'll do well, to be honest, unless they pack out the undercard. So if that's what he's coming back for, I'm very disappointed because I don't want to see them fights. Frank Warren's already said if Dubois beats Usyk, he's not going to be making Fury Dubois. I don't really want to make it because obviously in-house or whatever. So it's just like, what's Dubois going to vacate a fucking belt so Fury can win it? I don't know. That's a bit silly, that. But however, I still want to see Fury fight. I think he's still got a lot left. I just love boxing, and I'd love to see him in good fights. Come back, fight Jerome Miller or whatever. Then if Dubois loses, fight Dubois. If Dubois loses, just for a different fight, see what happens. But if Usyk retires, fight Moses Tuma for the title. Could still have too much for him. So many, Coley, all these up and coming guys. He's the final guy who's still got something left if Usyk thingy try, and he can become a world champion again. I believe that. And there's loads of good fights out there, exciting fights. I'd like to see him in, but I just don't want to see him fight AJ and Usyk because we've seen it. Well, AJ's not going to be competitive. We know that already. We don't need to see it again. So, what fights do you want to see Fury in when he comes back? Or do you disagree? What do you think? The interview with Spencer Brown's going to be on the cards at the end of the video if you want to watch that when I interviewed him back in the day. That's it for me. What fights would you like to see Fury in? Or you don't want to see it, or you don't want to see him anymore? Let me know. Let me know. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.